About a year ago when I reviewed the GoPro Media Mod, I pointed out the irony that the GoPro's onboard mics actually sounded better than the shotgun mic that comes with the Media Mod. Well, today we've got an interesting solution with this, the HSU Wind Muff for GoPro Hero 9 and Hero 10. The HSU Wind Muff is interesting. It's made out of the same material that a regular wind muff for a microphone or a Lav Mic would be made out of, except for it's in the shape of a GoPro. It literally just fits over your entire GoPro. So we'll take a quick lap around the neighborhood and just compare this in a bunch of different sound environments. We'll be comparing the GoPro Media Mod, the GoPro by itself with the HSU Wind Muff, and the GoPro with the Media Mod and a $12 Lav Mic from Amazon to see which one of them sounds the best. So right away, this is audio from the Media Mod itself. None of this is edited whatsoever. This is all just straight out of the camera. Obviously, it will sound different from the intro that you just watched because that was filmed with a Lav Mic and Rode Wireless Go into an Olympus EM1 Mark II. Anyway, give this a good listen. We've got cars going by, just regular neighborhood sounds. How does this sound to you? Okay, now we've taken off the Media Mod and everything that you're hearing at this point is coming from the GoPro's own onboard microphones with the HSU Wind Muff. Take note of the difference in sound quality, any type of ambient noise, just how does this sound to you? Is it a big difference? Is it better? Is it worse? Let me know which one you think sounds better. Okay, now we're back on the Media Mod, except for we're not using the shotgun mic on the Media Mod. We're actually using this little $12 Lav Mic from Amazon. I'm gonna guess you're probably hearing a big difference from the other ones, but I'll just leave that up to you. You tell me what you think. Does this sound better to you? Does this sound worse? Okay, so here's a slightly different environment. We're over here now by the golf course. This is the Media Mod. We're a few feet off the road, whereas before we were right on the sidewalk. There's still a bit of noise like from cars going by, but there's some kids yelling and screaming over there. People playing golf out on the golf course. Here we go, cars driving by. How does that sound? Okay, now we've gotten rid of the Media Mod and now we're back to just the regular GoPro audio with the HSU Wind Muff. It's a handful of cars driving by. There's some geese flying overhead. There's people on the golf course over there. How does this sound to you? You know, what do you think about this? By the way, it is kind of windy. You know, there's a little bit of wind coming by, but I do notice from testing this that it handles wind pretty well, so you probably weren't noticing what that wind actually sounded like. Okay, now we've got the Media Mod back on, except for we've switched back over to the little $12 Amazon Lav Mic, and it's actually pretty windy right now, so in all honesty, this is about as most windy as it's been the entire time. How does this sound to you? Does this sound good? Okay, here is the biggest test for all three of these. We're here at the busy road. I can kind of already offer up a spoiler alert. Only one of them is going to sound remotely usable. The other two are going to be pretty bad. What we're currently on is the Media Mod. Media Mod should do a pretty decent job of handling all that car noise because it is a directional mic that's kind of closer to your face, but I don't know. What do you think? Okay, now we've switched over to the HSU Wind Muff. There's a decent amount of cars coming by on both sides of the road, this way, that way. Oh, and it's windy on top of all that. The Wind Muff should handle the wind pretty well, though. The traffic, not so sure of. I mean, still just using the GoPro's onboard mics, and those are just kind of picking up audio from all over, so you're probably still getting a bit of that traffic noise. I don't know. How does it sound to you? And now we're back on the Media Mod with the $12 Amazon Lav Mic. It's a decent bit of traffic kind of coming by right now. How is this handling all that? You know, there's a little bit more traffic than there was a few minutes ago when we had the other two, so kind of unfair to the Lav Mic, but I have a feeling the Lav Mic's probably going to handle it a little bit better. I don't know, you tell me. What do you think? Does this sound better? Does it sound worse? Does this sound the same? Okay, here's another new obstacle. We've got the media mod, just regular, unedited. Got the really loud fountain in the background. I don't know how it sounds on camera, but in real life, it's super loud. Like, I feel like I'm having to raise my voice just to talk over the sound of that. Also, we've got the main street out there, which is pretty busy, and then the smaller street back there with a lot of cars. So there's a lot of noise in this environment. Okay, now we've got the media mod off. We're back on just the regular mics with the HSU Wind Muff. It's a little bit windy, got the same fountain noise, got the same car noise. Actually, we have like a lot of car noise. My guess is that the Wind Muff's probably gonna do a pretty good job handling the wind, but I don't know if it's gonna muffle that fountain sound or that traffic noise. Okay, and now we're back onto the media mod with the $12 Amazon Lav Mic, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys can tell in this shot, but all of this concrete here around that separates the tennis courts from that lake back there is new construction, and there's caution tape all around here for a reason. I don't think they've done a particularly good job building this. This whole thing is just slanting backwards. It feels like I'm about to fall back into the water, and I'm not joking. I'm not like saying it to be funny for the video. There literally are alligators in all of these lakes. I don't know how it is where you live, but we have a ton of alligators around here. Anyway, I hope this sounds good, and I hope it's worth it. Okay, and for the last test, I wanted to come to a relatively quiet environment. I'm in the field that I usually film in. Currently have the GoPro with the media mod. Everything that you're hearing is straight out of the shotgun mic. This audio is not edited. How does this sound to you in a quiet environment? The shotgun mic should actually sound pretty good here in this environment. There's not a whole lot of competing noise. Anyway, how does it sound in this relatively quiet environment? And here we are in the exact same environment. No media mod, just the little HSU Wind Muff. Not a whole lot of noise around here, not really even a whole lot of wind. Still is pretty quiet. How does the HSU Wind Muff handle this kind of quiet environment? Is it as good as the media mod? Is it better than the media mod? Okay, and lastly, here we have the media mod with the $12 Amazon Lav Mic. How does this sound in a quiet environment? I actually had to stand up, by the way, because I was getting bit by ants. There's no obvious ant beds around here, but you know, the second you sit down, they just start coming out of the ground, and they were literally like all over. So standing up for this test, how does the $12 Amazon Lav Mic sound in the quiet environment? So there you go. We've had a look at all three of them in a bunch of different sound environments, and I think my takeaway is I kind of feel the same way I felt last year when I initially reviewed the GoPro Media Mod. I think the GoPro's onboard mics actually sound a lot better than the shotgun mic on the Media Mod in most situations. You know, the onboard mics just sound more full and more robust, and I feel like the shotgun mic just kind of sounds sort of hollow and tinny. So having said that, for anyone who's on a budget, I'd say you're probably fine just skipping the media mod and go for something like the HSU Wind Muffs. Like, it's only $12 and you get a pack of 2. I think that audio is probably going to sound better for most casual users. Now, in terms of anyone who does actual extreme sports generate a lot of wind. Still think that Wind Muff is probably going to cut down on the majority of that. You guys should be okay with it too. I know a handful of you though probably film like motorcycle videos. I don't know if that little wind muff is gonna be enough on a motorcycle, especially if you're going like 70 miles an hour down the freeway and you're filming. For you guys, I would probably recommend either the media mod or like the little mic adapter and use some sort of lav mic, especially if you're trying to talk on camera. Otherwise, it's just gonna be inaudible. You're definitely gonna wanna get some kind of like lav mic like up in your helmet. But for other situations, for people who are vlogging and you're out in kind of like really noisy environments, I think in those types of situations, still the lav mic probably sounds the best. Unfortunately, even though the lav mic is cheap, it's only 12 bucks, you still need a way to actually use the lav mic on the GoPro. And that leads you right back to either spending 50 bucks on the media mod or 50 bucks on GoPro's mic adapter. So that's kind of frustrating right there. Overall though, I think this little HSU Wind Muff is definitely worth considering. I mean, just giving the price range alone, that's probably your cheapest option for getting better audio out of your GoPro. Anyway, I think that's all I've got for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.